in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
Hello and welcome to Royal Studio. I'm your host, RoyalsFan35, and let's just dive into the Packers, Played Stereo Hearts by Jim Classero, and now we'll talk about the Packers real quick. This week, let's go down their strengths. Obviously, quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Same thing as a few videos back, maybe even last video. I was talking about the Giants and how Eli Manning is a dominant force. He doesn't get hurt that much. When he scrambles, he gets down, unlike someone like Michael Vick, who likes to take shots. Another strength's wide receiver, which corresponds with tight end, as their tight end is Jermichael Finley. So those are two great strengths. I mean, you can't really have bad receivers if you have Aaron Rodgers as quarterback. Their offensive line, I really like their offensive line. Good protection for Aaron Rodgers. And then their defense. Their defense, again, like the Giants, not that many flashy names, but they get the job done. Their weakness is running back. They really don't have a running back, a good solid one, which if they can get a running back, their offense is complete. They have a great O-line, great receivers, great quarterback. Offense is all the way. And then their backfield, their defensive backs, their center backs, what? Their cornerbacks. If they get a good one or two, they'll be set. And then their safeties, if they can get a couple good safeties, they'll be set there. Their schedule, the 49ers in Green Bay. I have them winning that game. The Bears at Packers Field, have them winning that game too. Travel down to Seattle to face off with the Seahawks. I have them winning that game. Then they go back home to play the Saints. Now, here's another game I think the Saints could win. The Saints might not have it all together, but they might. So I have them losing that game. The Saints will come to Green Bay and beat the Packers. Next game's at Andrew Luck and the Colts. I have them winning that game. Following that, they'll go to Houston and play the Texans. I have them winning that game as well. Following that, they'll go to St. Louis, and they'll win that game against the Rams. Then finally, they go back home to face off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll win that game. And then following week, they play the Cardinals at home. They'll win that game as well. Then they travel to Detroit to face off against the Lions. I have them losing that game in a close game, though. Score around the ballpark of 20-10 in that range, 10-point range. Then they go down to New York, and they will win. They will beat the Giants. Then they play the Vikings at home. They'll beat the Vikings. Then they're back at home against the Lions. They'll come out with vengeance and beat the Lions at home. They go to Chicago to play the Bears. They'll win that game. And then they go back home and play the Titans. I think that's a win for them. And then they end the game with the road game in Minnesota against the Vikings. And I have them winning that game, going 14-2. Going to the playoffs, of course. And really, this question, nobody knows, because a wild card team could win the Super Bowl or make it there. But I think the Packers can make it to the Super Bowl. But will they is the question. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Short video, 5 minutes long. And once again, 11-2 record, and I'll leave you with some music.